This is Terra, cradle of mankind. 10 billion souls. The heart of an empire that spans 100,000 worlds. For 10,000 years, it has never fallen. Today, that changes, or it doesn't. That is the story. Look to the sky. Look to the fire. 10,000 ships above the spires.
I remember when the stars were just the stars, when children played beneath an open sky.
Before the ships, before the endless scars, before we learned that empires also die.
The markets filled with voices every dawn. The temples rang with bells across the hill.
I did not know that all of this could go on.
I did not know,
And now I never will. Terra Eternal, standing in the fire. Terra Eternal, built upon the pyre. We are 10 billion voices, one desire: to live, to fight, to hold, to never tire. Terra Eternal, hear the children call. Terra Eternal, we will not fall. From the highest spire to the lowest hall, we are Terra, and we stand for all. The guns are on the ramparts, facing out. The soldiers fix their eyes upon the void. I did not sign up knowing what this was about. I only knew that everything could be destroyed. They told us hold the eternity wall. They told us Dawn himself had blessed the gate. They did not tell us what would happen if we fall. They did not have to. We could calculate. Terra Eternal, standing in the fire. Terra Eternal, built upon the pyre. We are 10 billion voices, one desire: to live, to fight, to hold, to never tire. Terra Eternal, hear the children call. Terra Eternal, we will not fall. From the highest spire to the lowest hall, we are Terra, and we stand for all. The fleet arrived at dawn. There was no warning. There was no time. We did not choose this war, it chose us here. We did not ask to be the last defense, but every soul on Terra feels it clear that what comes next will never be past tense. This is the moment histories are made. This is the ground where legends find their name, and we, the nameless, unafraid, will burn or hold, and either way, we'll fly. Terra Eternal,
standing in the fire.
Terra Eternal,
Rising ever higher.
10 billion voices, one burning desire: to live, to fight, to hold, to never tire. Terra Eternal,
Hear us,
we will not break. We them knew how long it would last. None of them knew what it would cost. They only knew one thing: Terra was worth it. Rogaldorn did not pray. He planned. Every wall, every angle, every killing ground. While his brothers sought glory in the stars, Dorn built. And when the War Master came, Dorn looked at everything he had built and wondered, for the first time, if it would be enough. I have measured every corridor for death. I have calculated angles in my sleep. I have given every wall my every breath, and still the doubts are mine alone to keep. They call me stone, they call me cold, they call me sure, as if certainty is something I was born to wear. But certainty is just another word for endure, and endurance is the only gift I have to spare. I do not build for glory, I build for need. I do not fight for honor, I fight for ground. And every wall I raise is just another creed, that something worth defending can be found. Build me higher, build me strong. Every wall I raise says we belong. Build me deeper, build me wide, something worth the cost of every life inside. Build me taller than their hate, build me worthy of the ones who wait. Let every stone I lay become a vow, that Rogaldorn will not abandon Terra now. I watched Alfarius wear 1,000 different faces. I watched deception rock the walls from the inside. I sealed the breach, but left behind the traces of doubt that even stone cannot fully hide. My father sits behind 10,000 years of silence. He built me for this moment, built me sure. But fathers cannot always calibrate the violence of loving something more than you can cure. I do not weep,
I have no room for weep.
I do not rest,
The walls cement my eyes.
but somewhere underneath the watch I'm keeping, something very human never dies. Build me higher, build me strong. Every wall I raise says we belong. Build me deeper, build me wide, something worth the cost of every life inside. Build me taller than their hate, build me worthy of the ones who wait. Let every stone I lay become a vow, that Rogaldorn will not abandon Terra now. There are names upon the wall I cannot save. There are gaps that open faster than I fill, and every name becomes another grave that asks me quietly if I have the skill.
I have the skill,
I know I have the skill.
I was made for this,
I was made for war.
but skill is just
The mountain and the will is what decides what mountains are for. Build me higher, build me strong. went back to the walls. He always went back to the walls. There was nothing else. There had never been anything else. And in that, there was a kind of peace. His name was Evander Kron. He had come to Terra to document the Great Crusade. Instead, he documented its end. He carried a data slate and a stylus. No weapon, no armor, just words. He believed, perhaps naively, that words were enough. He was not entirely wrong. I came here with a notebook and a name to write the glory of a golden age. I did not come here for the dark, the flame. I did not come to write this kind of page. I was a painter once, before the war. I sketched the faces of 100 worlds. Now all I sketch are bodies on the floor, and flags of dead legions come unfurled. I write it down because someone must. I write it down before it turns to dust. Someone has to hold the pen when the swords have all been drawn. Someone has to say and when and how and why and on and on. Someone has to be the eyes that see what heroes cannot see. Someone has to write the price, and that someone has to be me. I watched a custodian fall today, first one I had ever seen brought down. I tried to write it, found I had no way to put that kind of silence into sound. I watched a child carry ammunition up along the eternity wall's eastern stair. She couldn't have been 12. I lost my cup and wrote her name, though I don't know it there. I write it down because they cannot. I write it down before the world's forgot. Someone has to hold the pen when the swords have all been drawn. Someone has to say and when and how and why and on and on. Someone has to be the eyes that see what heroes cannot see. Someone has to write the price, and that someone has to be me. I do not carry guns, I carry names. I do not hold the wall, I hold the weight of every soul that burned in all these flames, and pressed them into words before too late. They will not build me statues, that is fine. They will not sing my name in years to come, but somewhere in the archive every line will speak for those who now have been struck dumb. I write it down because I was here. I write it down so they won't disappear. Someone has to hold the pen when every hero's name is gone. Someone has to say and when and make sure that it goes on. Someone has to be the voice of all the ones who had no choice. Someone has to write it true, and I will write it, I will write it until there's nothing left to do. Evander Kron survived the siege, barely. His data slates were recovered from the rubble of the Palatine district.
47 volumes, names, faces, moments. None of it was published in his lifetime. 3,000 years later, a scholar found them in an archive. She wept for 4 days. Then she published every word. Every single one.
He was the brightest of them all. The War Master. The Emperor's favorite son. He had been given everything. The legions, the campaigns, the glory. And still, it was not enough. It was never going to be enough. Because what Horus wanted could not be given. It could only be taken. I remember Ulanor standing in the light, 10,000 legions cheering out my name. My father placed the laurel, everything felt right, and then he turned and left and nothing was the same. He built an empire, handed me the keys, then walked back to his throne and closed the door. As if the greatest victory was just a tease, as if I was a tool and nothing more. I was his sword, his hammer, his design. I was the one who bled to build his dream. But swords don't get to ask what's yours and mine, and hammers don't get to scream. But I learned, I learned what waits behind the golden mask he wears. I learned, I learned that gods don't love, they calculate and stare. We were promised glory, we were promised light. We were promised we would matter in the fight. We were promised more than tools, more than blades. We were promised, and he let the promise fade. What we were promised was a lie dressed as a throne. What we were promised left his brightest son alone. I will take what I was owed, I will make him see. What we were promised will be taken by me. They came to me in dreams, the gods of chaos. They showed me what my father truly planned. No human empire, no. He wanted Cosmos himself, a god with all of us unmanned. He would have burned us, everyone when done, discarded every son he ever made. I was not his favorite, I was his gun, and guns get melted down when debts are paid. I will not be discarded, I will not be spent, I will not be the footnote to his reign. I am Horus, I am what the stars were meant to fear, to follow, to sustain. And I burned, oh I burned, oh I burned on Davin when the warp showed me the truth. And I learned, oh I learned, oh I learned that love was just a leash around my youth. We were promised glory, we were promised light. We were promised we would matter in the fight. We were promised more than tools, more than blades. We were promised, and he let the promise fade. What we were promised was a lie dressed as a throne. What we were promised left his brightest son alone. I will take what I was owed, I will make him see. What we were promised will be taken by me. There are moments in the dark between the battles when something whispers underneath. Something that sounds like the boy before the rattles of war and gods and chaos and the sheath. Something that remembers laughing once. Something that remembers being loved. something small and frightened, something once, something I have not heard in a very long time. We were promised glory, stolen in the night. We were promised being stripped of every right. We were promised we were more than what we are, and I will burn Terra to reclaim that star. What we were promised I will carve from bone. What we were promised I will take alone. Every broken vow, every lie, every debt is mine to claim and yours to not forget. We were promised. We were promised. We were promised so much more than this. He believed every word. That was the tragedy. The Chaos Gods had not invented his anger. They had simply fed it, watered it, watched it grow into something that could break a galaxy and call it justice. And call it justice. They were not space marines. They were not custodies. They were not primarchs or legends or saints. They were guardsmen, ordinary men and women, given a last gun and a prayer, and told to hold a wall against the finest warriors the galaxy had ever produced. They held it, most of them, for a while. That was enough. They told me hold the eternity wall. I said sure, how hard can it be? That was before I saw the things that crawl out of the ships and start toward me. My name is Yale, I'm from Agrippina. I signed up for the regiment at 17. I fought on 6 worlds, nothing meaner than whatever's coming now across that ravine. And my name is Seth, I've been here 40 years. I've seen the crusade at its highest peak. I've buried more friends than I've shed tears, and I've got maybe 40 rounds this week. They say Lord Dorn himself designed these walls. I say good, because we're gonna need every angle, every killing ground, every hall, or this is gonna get ugly. Guaranteed. Hold the wall, hold the line. Every inch of Terra's ground is yours and mine. Hold the wall, hold it fast. We were not the first, but we might be the last. Hold the wall for the man beside you. Hold the wall for the ones who died before. We are just the guard, but we will find you standing at the wall when it's over, standing more.
My name is Pell. I'm 19 years old. I lied about my age to join the Corps. My sergeant says I'm brave, I'm mostly cold, and wondering what exactly I signed up for. They gave me a last gun and a flak vest, and a position on the eastern stair. I'm doing it, honestly, my very best, to pretend I'm not completely unaware.
My name's irrelevant, I've had 3. They keep promoting me because I live, which says more about the casualty rate than anything I've got to give. I fought word bearers, iron warriors, the lot. I've held positions nobody thought could hold. Today I'm holding this, and like as not, I'll hold it till I'm dead or very old. Hold the wall, hold the line. Every inch of Terra's ground is yours and mine. Hold the wall, hold it fast. We were not the first, but we might be the last. Hold the wall
For the man beside you.
hold the wall.
For the ones who died before. We are just the guard, but we will find you
Standing at the wall when it's over, standing more. The first wave hit at dawn. We lost the eastern gate. I sealed it with the bodies of my squad.
I can't, I have to wait.
Keep moving, girl, keep moving. Eyes on God.
We are nothing, we are everything.
We are last gun fodder at the end of days.
We are fathers, brothers, everything.
We are terrified and
Anyway, we are
Terra's ground is yours and mine.
Hold the wall, hold it fast. We were not the first, but we might be the last. Hold the wall.
For the man beside you.
Hold the wall.
For the ones who died before.
We are just the guard, but we will
Find you.
standing at the wall. When it's over, standing more. Hold the line.
Every name upon this ground
Was yours and mine. Hold the wall. Hold it still. We are just the guard. But guard, we will hold the wall. Yael survived. Seth did not. Hell lost her left hand on the 14th day. She kept fighting. The veteran. Nobody ever found his name. They found his position though. He had held it. Of course he had.
They did not have churches yet. Not officially. The emperor had forbidden worship. He was not a god, he had said so himself. But when the shells fell, and the walls cracked, and the darkness pressed in from every side, 10 billion people did what 10 billion people do. They prayed. They could not help it. They prayed. I have lived beneath the golden light for 70 years upon this sacred ground. I have never questioned wrong from right. I have never needed to look around. But tonight the sky is red and wrong, and my grandson holds a gun upon the stair. And all I have is this broken song, and the hope that someone, somewhere, hears my prayer. I do not know if you are listening. I do not know if gods can hear at all. But if there's something, anything, glistening beyond the dark, beyond the burning wall. Ave Imperator, hear us in the dark. Ave, Ave Imperator. Ave Imperator, keep alive the spark, the spark, the spark, the light. We are 10 billion candles burning low, but we will burn until you tell us no. Ave Imperator, we are still here, still standing. Ave Imperator, cast away the fear, the dark. We do not ask for miracles, just this. One more day, one more breath, one more kiss of light.
I have been upon this wall for 30 days. I have forgotten what my bed feels like. I have walked through smoke and fire and haze, and held my position through the longest night. I am not a praying man.
I never was.
I believed in last guns,
Ammunition, steel.
but something in this darkness gives me pause. Something that I cannot
Quite.
unfeel.
I do not know if anything is there
Beyond the war, beyond the throne,
beyond the goal.
but something keeps me standing.
Keeps me where
The line is drawn and keeps One more day,
one more breath,
one more kiss of light. I have written down 10,000 names today of those who fell before the sun went down. I cannot write them fast enough, they say, that 3 more walls have fallen on the south town. But I have seen something in these broken streets that I do not have adequate words to name. A kind of warmth that even darkness meets and cannot quite extinguish quite the flame.
perhaps it is not prayer,
Perhaps it's will
perhaps it's just the stubborn human heart
that even in the darkest
deepest chill
refuses absolutely to depart.
Ave Imperator,
We are in the dark.
Ave Imperator, Ave Imperator.
We have kept the spark.
The spark, the light.
10 billion candles
Burning, holding bright.
We will burn. We will burn through the longest night. We are still here.
Still here, still here, still standing. Ave Imperator.
After all this year,
The fear is gone.
we did not ask for miracles, and yet you gave us one
The will
to not forget.
Ave Imperator.
We are in the dark.
Ave Imperator.
We have kept the spark.
10 billion candles burning.
Holding bright, we will burn through the longest night. We are still here.
Still here, still here, still standing.
Ave
Imperator.
After all this year, we did not ask
For miracles,
and yet
you gave us one.
the will to not forget.
Ave Imperator.
We are still here. The Emperor had forbidden worship, but he was not there to see this. He was elsewhere, fighting. And perhaps, just perhaps, in the deepest part of whatever a 40,000-year-old God King uses instead of a heart, he felt it. 10 billion candles, all at once, all for him, burning.
Sanguinius was the most beloved of all the Primarchs. Not the strongest, not the most brilliant, the most loved. He knew he would die, he had always known. The visions never left him. Wings broken, body cast down, a golden fist. He never told his sons, he never told his father. He simply kept flying. I have carried this vision since before the war. A broken wing, a darkness, then the end. I have flown 1,000 battles, maybe more. And every time I wonder if this is when my sons look up at me with fearless eyes, as if their Primarch cannot fall or fail. I wear my smile like armor in disguise, and pray that love is stronger than the veil. I do not fear the dying, I fear the leaving.
Do not fear the dark.
I fear their grief.
Sons who will be standing,
Standing
grieving.
when their angel falls beyond belief. But beneath my feet. Kabonda comes with fire wrapped in brass. I will not let my sons know of defeat. I will not let this moment come to pass. I hit the demon and I hit it hard. I feel the vision shimmer at the edge. My visions are not certainties, they're scarred reflections, not the truth, not yet, not hedge. I am still here, I am still standing, still I am still flying, still above the dark. And if this is the moment, if this will, then let me burn like every dying star. And I was made for more than just the ending, and every son of mine deserves to see their prime arch in his final glory, spending every last bright burning part of me. The unbroken wing still flies tonight above the fire, above the dying light. The unbroken wing will not come down, not while there is a single soul to be found. The unbroken wing, defying fate, every vision, every prophecy can wait. I was not made to fall before my time. I was made to fly, and flying is sublime. There is a moment, very still before the last great thing a person has to do, when everything goes quiet and the roar of war falls away, and there is only you. I think of my father sitting in the gold. I think of all the things I never said. I think of sons who will grow brave and bold long after I am, long after I am gone. Unfold my wings one final time and step into the dark that was always mine. The unbroken wing flew one last night above the fire, above the fire, above the fading light. The unbroken wing came down at last, but not before he held against the blast. The unbroken wing defied his fate. He gave his sons the strength to face the gate. He was not made to live beyond this day, but of the way he flew before he fell. The unbroken wing, the unbroken wing, the unbroken wing still flies. They found him later, his sons. They did not speak. There were no words in any language adequate to what they felt. One of them, a sergeant, picked up a single feather from the ground. He carried it for the rest of his life. He carried it for the rest of his life. He carried it for the rest of his life. He didn't have to. Sanguinius was the most beloved of all the Primarchs.
Euphrates Keeler was a remembrancer, a photographer. She had come to document the Great Crusade. She had not come to become a saint. Nobody ever does. But somewhere in the darkness, in the siege, in the fire, in the loss, she had seen something, a light, not metaphorical, actual light. And she had pointed her camera at it and believed. I used to frame the world inside a lens. I used to find the truth in light and shade. I thought that beauty was what living lends, a gift before before the gift begins to fade. I came here for the glory of the age. I came to capture history in flight. Instead I find myself upon this stage of ash and prayer and something burning bright. I do not know exactly what I saw the night the daemon came and I stood fast. I only know it filled me with a awe that somehow made me hold and last. And maybe that is all that faith is, a light you cannot name but cannot deny, a warmth inside the coldest, darkest abyss that simply will not let you say goodbye. There is a light, I know there is a light, even here, even now, even in this night. I have seen it, I have felt it, I have known no one who has seen it is ever truly alone. There is a light and it will not go out, even when the darkness fills you full of doubt. I cannot prove it, cannot name it, even so there is a light and I will follow where it goes. I photographed a custodian today, standing at the gate like sculpted gold. I asked him if he thought we'd find a way. He looked at me and did not, and then told. He said, I do not deal in hope or prayer, I deal in spear and shield and aura might. But something in his eyes was almost there, a flicker, almost light. Perhaps faith is not only for the weak, perhaps it lives in warriors too, beneath the armor and the certainty they speak. A tiny, living, quietly breathing wreath. And maybe we are all of us believers in something that we cannot quite confess. The fighters and the prayers and the grievers, all reaching for the same bright nothingness. There is a light, I know there is a light, even here, even now, even in this night. I have seen it, I have felt it, I have known no one who has seen it is ever truly alone. There is a light and it will not go out, even when the darkness fills you full of doubt. I cannot prove it, cannot name it, even so there is a light and I will follow where it goes. I took a photograph this morning, just before the eastern wall came under heaviest fire. A child, asleep against a broken door, somehow peaceful, somehow not a liar. I do not know her name, I do not know if she survived the shelling of that street. But in that photograph, that quiet glow was everything that makes this not defeat. Because they cannot take the light away, they cannot shell it, burn it, make it stop. And every photograph I take today is proof that light does not drop. There is a light, I know there is a light, even here, even now, even in this night. I have seen it, felt it, lived inside its glow, and I will spend my life just letting people know. There is a light, not for darkness, not for fire, not for doubt. I cannot prove it, but I do not need to. So there is a light, and I will never let it go. She survived the siege. She kept taking photographs. 3,000 years later, the Ministorum declared her a saint. Saint Euphratic Killer. She would have laughed at that, probably. But somewhere in the oldest records, one photograph remains. A child asleep against a broken door, peaceful, glowing, the light inexplicable, undeniable, present. It is the most reproduced image in the history of the Imperium. Nobody knows why. Everyone knows why.
They had been brothers, not metaphorically. They had trained together, bled together, held each other in dying moments on 100 worlds. And then the orders came, and the brothers lined up on opposite sides of a wall and raised their weapons and tried to remember why they had ever loved each other. Some of them could not. Some of them never forgot. I know your face, I know your name, I know the world where you were made. I held you once when battle came, and now I face you unafraid. Not unafraid, that is a lie. I am afraid of what this means, that everything we were can die and leave behind just broken seams. You call me traitor, say the word as if the truth were black and white, as if the things that we have heard were simple, as if wrong from right were easy. When the War Master showed us what the Emperor planned, you chose your blindness, I chose war. Don't tell me that you understand. We swore an oath, the oath was built on sand. We swore to him, to a lie dressed as a man. And now we stand on opposite ends of everything we planned. We were a legion, we were one, brothers forged beneath the same great sun. Now the legion breaks in two, and I don't know which half is me or you. We were a legion bound by blood, now that blood runs in the mud. Every oath, every vow, every name broken, and we will never be the same. I trained both of you 20 years ago. I showed you how to hold a bull to right. I taught you what it meant, what warriors know, that brotherhood is worth more than the fight. And now I stand between you in this hall, and neither one of you will meet my eye, because you know beneath it all that this is not a war, this is goodbye. I don't, I can't, I won't. I signed up to protect, not to destroy. I signed up for the crusade, for the hope. I was 17, I was a boy. They told me it was simple, good and wrong. They told me I would know which side was true. Nobody told me it would take this long. Nobody told me it would be you. Put down your weapons, it's too late for that. Brother, please! Don't call me that! Someone make it stop! We were a legion, we were one, brothers forged beneath the same great sun. Now the legion breaks in two, and I don't know which half is me or you. We were a legion bound by blood, now that blood runs in the mud. Every oath, every vow, every name broken, and we will never be the same. Do you remember Istvan? Do you remember what we said? I remember everything. And how? I don't. This is what war does at the end. It does not break the walls or gates. It breaks the thing that cannot mend, the love that even hatred waits. I still remember who you were before all this. We were a legion, we were one, brothers forged beneath the same great sun. The legion broke and will not mend, but brothers, we were brothers to the end. We were a legion bound by blood, that blood now falls into the mud. Every oath, every vow, every name, we were broken, but we loved just the same. The loyalist killed the traitor. He had to. He held him after. He did not have to do that. He did it anyway. Nobody saw. Nobody needed to. Some things are between brothers. Only between brothers. Even at the end. Especially at the end. The siege ended. Not with a fanfare. Not with a parade. It ended the way most things end. Quietly. With exhausted people, standing in the ruins of everything they had fought for. Looking at each other, wondering what came next. Nobody knew. Nobody ever knows. That is the price. That is always the price. The guns are quiet now. The smoke begins to clear. I walk the walls we held and count the cost. The names are everywhere, carved into the fear of every single thing that we have lost. The throne is burning somewhere deep below. The light has changed, but has not gone away. And all of us who lived are left to know the weight of having somehow lived today. I did not ask to be the one who stands when others could not, would not stay. I only put my faith in human hands and somehow found a way. What do we do with all this silence? What do we do with all these names? What do we build from all this violence when nothing ever stays the same? This is the price of gods and men, the ones who fall so we can rise again. This is the price of every wall, every name that answered to the call. This is the price of what we are, a species reaching always for a star. We pay it every generation through. The price of gods was paid by me and you. I walked the walls for 11 days before I spoke a single word aloud. I could not find beneath the ash and haze the thing that I had promised, that I vowed. I wrote the names of everyone I knew on the inside of my flak vest, everyone. I don't know why it seemed the thing to do when everything was done. I wrote it all, I wrote until the dawn. I wrote until my hands could write no more. And when I read it back, I found upon each page the thing worth writing for. There is still light. I know there is still light, even here, even now. We build it from the rubble, from the loss. We build it from the names carved in the stone. We carry every fallen, every cross, and none of us will carry it alone. This is the price of gods and men, the ones who fall so we can rise again. This is the price of every wall, every name that answered to the call. This is the price of what we are, a species reaching always for a star. We pay it every generation through. The price of gods was paid by me and you. Somewhere beneath the palace in the gold, a light burns on that should have burned away. A man who gave 10,000 years grows old in ways that men were never meant to stay. And we who live beneath that distant flame will spend our years debating what he was, a god, a man, a monster, all the same. The answer lost beneath the endless cause, but this I know, and this alone is true, that Something in that light, however dim, was put there, not for empires, not for you, but for the love of Him. This is the price of gods and men. Every name, the ones who fell, so we rise again. Remember them, remember them.
This is the price of Sanguinius,
Of Olanius,
of Malcador,
of all of us who stood
and gave,
and gave
and gave,
until this is the price.
and we will pay.
Still here,
Still here, still here,
for every dawn of every day.
still standing, still standing.
We are the children of a broken throne, but we are not, and never were, alone. The price of gods, the price of men, is simply this: to love and lose and love again. Terra survived. The Emperor lived in the way that lights live. When the candle is burned away, Rogel Dorn began the rebuilding. Euphrates Keeler kept taking photographs. Evander Kron kept writing. Yale went home. Eventually, the wall was repaired. It always is. That is what walls are for, not to stand forever, but to stand long enough. The astronomican blaze, the galaxy turned, and somewhere in the silence of the golden throne, something that had once been a man remembered what it had all been.